Okay guys, so let's start the fun. This time good old F1 grenade. So we had nice detonation and we also have impacts. That's one. That's two. The main cause why it's not all peppered, it's the rocks on the ground. Hello guys, today we will talk about Soviet F1 grenade. It's a defensive type of grenade. It was accepted to service in Soviet Union in 1939 and serves to the present day. My suspicion is that it's also manufactured in Russia to this day. Design of it is based on the French grenade from World War I, which was also designated F1. It only had slightly different type of fuse, impact fuse. In World War I, French F1 grenade was in the Tsarist Russia, then later Soviet Union, the most common grenade. So that's where they developed a taste for it, the Soviets, because of the French deliveries. Fuse used in the F1 grenade is UZRGM. In 1941, the UZRG design came up. It looked pretty much identical. In the post-war period, just after World War II, the M was added into the UZRG-M because some slight modifications were made, and thanks to the modifications, the failure rate on the fuses was much lowered compared to the World War II production. The total weight of the assembled grenade is 600 grams. By the official chart, the dispersion of the frag is around 200 meters. Effective radius is said to be 30 meters. Lethal radius is 6 meters. Based on experience, I would consider effective range not 30 meters, but the supposed lethal range, which is 6 meters. When this one goes off around 6 meters, you might potentially get shrapnel that if hit on bad spot, like for example your head, you might die, yes. If this grenade explodes around 3 meters from you, then yes, you would have serious problem. Okay guys, let's now try F1 grenade, absolute classic. Unfolding the wings. Pulling the ring out. Reorder on our 3 targets over there. And let's throw the grenade. Beautiful. So this is the crater after F1. And we can see some quite decent splashing, but the ground is very soft and the targets are actually placed on a little hill, let's say. But this is purely work of the F1. These are small fragments and you would not be happy camper if this hit you. 60 grams of TNT is normal amount, but it's on the lower end. Also, thanks to the huge numbers manufactured in many different plants in many different countries, what you sometimes get is partial explosion. That basically, along this line, the top usually explodes and the bottom stay in one piece. Also, there was study made that only around 30% of the body of the grenade actually create the desired shrapnels of the desired size. The rest basically remain in bigger chunks, bigger pieces. So what you can expect is around 300 fragments and the rest basically remaining in bigger chunks, like usually the bottom and this part around the top. These grenades are delivered in crates that have 20 pieces of them inside. The bodies are separately with little protective plugs on top and wrapped in paper. The fuses are in 2 separate cans, 10 fuses per 1 can, and also you get can opener into the package. Be careful when you have the can with the detonators. The marked side is the side to start the opening from, because the detonators are oriented inside like so. In theory, if you start opening from the other side, you might actually hit the fuse with the can opener and something bad might happen. Now we will talk a little bit about preparation of this grenade. You unwrapped your body of grenade, you unwrapped your fuse. Then you removed the plug, you took the fuse. Now what I would recommend for you to do, which I already done, is to take the tape and make one loop around the threading here. It's for a basic reason. You want to make the fit actually really tight. So over time, when you have the grenade in your equipment, the fuse just doesn't come loose and does not come off completely, because then it would be sitting on the pouch like this. You will pull it out, you might actually even pull the pin, throw it, and the fuse fly off. This is actually very common, especially for those of us who were around back in the day with very little equipment. It was common to have grenades just in pockets in your pants. You were running or mission or anywhere, and as you run, basically the fuses tend to walk off. So you make one loop of the tape and it's nice tight fit after that. I would recommend you to fold the wings, because before you pull the ring, you actually need to unfold the wings completely, straighten them up. What I'm doing personally is that I bend them like this, basically creating 90 degrees angle. In combat, then you just take them, and even if you have gloves, even winter gloves, you just sweep like so, straighten them up completely and then pull it. Because when they are actually flush around the fuse, you need to actually use your nails to unfold them. So when you prepare it 90 degrees like so, that's cool. Now, other thing, never tape your grenades as it's here. I have them taped only because they are like stored outside pouch, not in my equipment, not ready for mission. They are long-term stored like this. Before you put them in pouch, always remove the tape or any other secondary mechanism that you would have. Trust me, it will not explode on you. You would need to make really big mistake, like for example, have the ring protruding outside the pouch and really get that unfortunately caught on something with enough force to actually pull it out. Now, what's also happening during stress is that people don't fold the wings. They pull really hard on the ring, trying to get the grenade ready, but instead of pulling the pin completely, they just tear off the ring. Basically it get broken in this part. So now you have grenade without the ring, with the safety pin still inside. So just be mindful of that. Always straighten up the wings before. Let's talk a little bit about the grenade itself and how is it perceived by the troops. In the 2014 till 2022, the F1 grenade was the grenade that was around. It was the default grenade, the grenade that everybody had. Now, in the current times, with the influx of the foreign grenades, you can see those less and less, and they even became kind of rare. If somebody tell me 5 years ago that it would be rare to find F1 grenade in Ukraine, I would call them crazy, but that's just how it is. F1! Let's check the results of the F1. Hit it exactly where I should be hitting all the time. So, 3 meters away we have one impact. Here, approximately 2 meters away, we have no impact. That's surprising. And here, 3-4 meters away, we have 1, 2, 3. Like so. So nothing too fantastic, really. Now to the effectiveness. Yes, you can see drone drops every day with F1 grenades. In actually majority of the engagements on the front line, there are F1 grenades used, especially from the Russian side and from our side, of course, as well. Now to the experience with using those. Because it have only 60 grams of TNT, in dugouts, in bunkers, you actually might find yourself in situation where the room is actually relatively small, where the enemy is. We talking 2 to 3 meters in this concrete case. You throwing the grenades in with 3 people inside. Yes, you might get lucky and just one shrapnel hitting the person and they don't even put up any resistance. But even though you threw in, for example, 4 grenades in that small space, people still fighting. Those people might be actually dead. They would be dead in 1 hour, but they still putting up resistance. It's for a simple reason. It's mainly the shrapnel damage, right? So you might have piece of shrapnel in your brain, you might be still perfectly functioning for a few hours. So the right answer in those situations is to always use some normal assault type of grenade. It doesn't really matter what type. Or in ideal case you would be using just some overpressure variant, either thermobaric or just pure explosive with hand grenade fuse. If you wish to support us, you can do so through the PayPal link down below or through subscribing on my Patreon, where I'm putting extra videos. Thank you very much guys for watching and see you in the next video.